it's Melissa, the publisher and writer at Wanging Dude Publishing. I have not recorded as many videos lately because I'm still dealing with the sinus infection. So I don't know if anybody's had this summer bug, but I'm with you if you have. But I wanted to give you a quick update. So the editor was able to get back to me with the entire book. And I got to be honest with you, I was a little nervous about seeing how many changes she made. She put it in a document format where there was a clean version where I could just read the book without having to see every single change that she made. And then there was another document in which she noted every single change that she made. Now, in the clean version, as she called it, she also made notes of different things, questions throughout the book, inconsistency, or maybe just a comment, I remember this or that. But basically, it was not just punctuation and sentence structure, but like, for instance, she brought up a reference to a trip I had made. And then a few paragraphs down, there was no connection with that trip when I was talking about a second trip. So she was like, well, how about we connect those thoughts? And so when you write, like I mentioned before in an earlier video, and you're writing like piece by piece, right? And you're kind of vomiting on the page, or you're doing it story by story, or however you write, when you do a long form format, then the problem comes in the consistency, right? The longer you write, the more you have to make sure that everything is making sense. And that is why an editor is so important, whether you're doing nonfiction or fiction. So I'm starting to go through the changes. Now, I have little notations to the side where there may be a change that she made that I may not agree with. It's not common. It's not like a rebellion or how dare she do this? But it had to do with more of how I might express something, right? Something that's in my particular voice, which she tried to keep, and she was committed to keeping that. But there are a few notes I've made where, you know what, I may go back to the original form of just this one half a sentence, right? It's not certainly any of the big changes or improvements she made, but it's just maybe a word or two that I may change. And I make little notes on the side with that. But now the process is I go through all the changes that she's made, go through the clean version. And I asked her, I said, as I'm making these changes and I may need to make an addition maybe to the end or add a story, like, how can I do this and you be able to take a look at the revisions? And she was like, you can, take the clean version and put on the edits. So I didn't know this in my Word, where you can turn on where you can see all the changes you make in the text. So I learned something new every day. So I learned something new technically, which, writing for as long as I have, I've never really utilized that part of a Word document. So I'm making my own revisions, maybe some changes. And then when I'm done with that, then I will pass it on to her. And then she will make the final decision on whether those changes are fluid and make some suggestions. So we'll kind of go back and forth. But wanted to give you an update on that. I tell you, I wish that I had been working on it more because I have not been feeling well. I mean, honestly, I've been on several rounds of antibiotics and just can't quite. It's just this one ear. This one ear just is really bothering me. So anyway, sympathy to those who have had to deal with this. But that also is a lesson on giving yourself plenty of time and don't put yourself in too tight a schedule or a rush, because I didn't realize my whole summer would be dedicated to me just trying to feel better. And that kind of sucked. But it's reality, and here it is. And so I didn't work on the book as much as I should have, could have, would have, had I felt better. But she only gave me the changes not too long ago. So I'm not delaying it too much. But I'm trying to have to talk myself into feeling mentally sharp enough to be able to get this stuff done. So any comments down below, any suggestions, any things you want us to talk about, or any stories you'd like to share when it comes to your writing process? We really appreciate it. And there's other ways that you can support the channel down below. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.